What's good? I'm DJ Crate Digger on the Mighty Sound Champion crew. For those of you who have ever been in a studio, probably seen a rack. This is an audio rack. Most times they have several pieces of equipment. I needed to build one, and I needed to build a specific one that facilitates my live streaming. So this is not a tutorial. This is just a walkthrough of kind of what I did and how I did it. First thing I did is just basically build out the framing of it. The idea was to have it so the front would be flush and the back would have a little lip to help prevent it from leaning back and tilting. So as you see, as I'm putting it together for the top and bottom and the side pieces, that those pieces sit accordingly. And I'm doing this kind of all, even though I had a plan, I'm doing this kind of all as I move forward. So as you can see, there's going to be a little bit of gapping. It wasn't perfect cuts, but everything fit perfectly for a 19-inch rack space, which is a traditional rack space. These rack rails you can buy from a store or order on Amazon. I had some hardware in the basement, so I just brought the hardware up, used them as a guide to cut the holes. What this streaming rack will consist of is audio inputs as well as video streaming and monitoring capabilities. So as you see, I put on the monitor, which will be kind of a second monitor. Put that on up top. Then I started putting in some audio interfaces and some other things. Power supplies, power grid, and of course, I added some other things that you'll see soon. Everything isn't just rack based, so I added in a couple of shelves and I added in a couple of facing to have a face front mixer sit on the rack. So as you can see, I have a full power conditioner, have this 5-channel mixer sitting on the front face, and then I incorporated some things specifically to me. So for example, all of my internet connections sit right here on the rack. So if anything ever goes wrong, I can walk right to the rack. I can see what audio is doing, I can see what video is doing, and I can see what Wi-Fi and internet's doing. Got everything wired through the back, on the back side, so I can always have access to change out any wiring. And then something special for me was to incorporate this sound system. This sound system is from, I believe, 1953 or 1954. Used to belong to my mother's mother. And I remember growing up always singing it in her front room, along with Marvin Gaye's What's Going On album, leaning against it. So what I did is I took the 2 speakers here, and I have them running to a separate amp in the rack. So all of the in-studio sound that I hear when I'm spinning is going through those speakers. This is just a sneak peek in the new space here. I'm the Crate Digger. Peace.